How you doing, brother?
What up, Crumbs?
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me on, dude. This is dope.
Listen, man. Thank you. The pleasure's all mine, brother. I know you caught wind with Rock's Wright's interview when I did his. And Rock's Wright's a great guy, so it's only right I had to have you on, man.
Yeah, man. When you hit me up also to come on is like, you know, of course, man. I mean, there's not many people doing these podcasts in our scene. You know what I'm saying? Which is kind of crazy. Yeah, I don't understand it, but it's gonna grow. You know what I mean? And you being on this is what 50 something.
55, your
Okay,
episode 50.
so that's consistency. That's good, man. And definitely want to come on and support. And anything you need from me, man, if you need anybody else from Style Elements or California in the future to come on, I can definitely try to make that happen too. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
So we're all about supporting the scene.
I appreciate you, man. I always say this too before before we dive in. I always say this is that out of all the elements of hip hop, I feel like breaking is definitely one of the most supportive elements. There's a lot of hate in rapping, graft. There might be some beef with the crews, but overall, I think breaking is one of the most supportive elements. Would you agree or disagree?
I definitely agree, but there's also a lot of hate too, like, and that's just, I mean, it's part of the game. It's a battle dance, you know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
back in the 90s, you had the East-West stuff and
Yeah.
worldwide global drama, you know what I'm saying? But that made
Yeah.
everybody better, you know what I'm saying? And I think that we've all evolved into a time now where there's not as much beef and it's more just straight on the floor, like competition type,
Yeah.
type level,
Yeah. It
which is
doesn't.
great.
Right. It doesn't trickle off to real beef.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
you feel me?
Mhm.
But listen, Crumbs. Again, there's a lot of people jumping on right now. Before we begin, like you mentioned, this is episode 55 of the Low Theory. I'm your host, Freddie Low, and tonight we got guest bboy Crumbs, world champion breaker, amazing, dancing for 3 decades. Like, come on, if you don't know about Crumbs, you're about to get familiar tonight. Um, I want to chop it up with you. I want to start in the beginning and then kind of lead up. But tell us kind of, how did you first? Where did you see breakdancing first off? Like, how did you know what breakdancing was? Like, give us some early on looks.
Well, long story short, I was raised in Panama, and in Panama, we didn't get like movies till like way later. So the first 10 years of my life, I grew up there, and that was the time when Beat Street came out and all that in '84 and all that. But I never saw it out there. I didn't even know breaking existed. You know what I'm saying? Until I moved to California, and I was like 11. So that's when I first saw it in my junior high, kids doing it, and I was like, "What the hell is this?" And just
Right.
jumped on it. But yeah, I didn't see it till like later. Kids are like getting started at birth now. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So, I started around my teens, 12. That's when I first
Okay.
saw it, 11,
So,
12.
like, what did you see? What did you see? Like, you said Beat Street. Like, was that the first thing?
No, no, I just saw kids from my school doing it, and it
Oh,
wasn't even like breaking. It was like we called it housing back then. It was like the era of the guest overalls with one strap and button-up shirts and shredded jeans on the bottom and alpha kicks and like one-arm handstands and a
right.
flare. You know what I mean? They'd be breaking moves in there, but not really like a lot of footwork and some power moves and stuff like that. But all of that came a little bit later, you know what I'm saying? Like around 93, 94, that's when all the power started getting crazy. Or at least we saw like the limits to the power through like Air Force crew and like, crews like that.
For sure.
But yeah, before it was like a mixture of house dancing and breaking moves and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Now, let me ask you this question, and I know we talked about this off the camera, but like, you've been dancing for 3 decades,
Yes,
so
sir.
you've seen this change. Now, how do you feel now with social media, with YouTube? How do you feel that that has impacted the originality of the dance? Because when you were coming up, seeing other styles wasn't really accessible. Now you can see everybody's style, you can see
Hmm.
everybody's battles, and kind of, if you wanted to, you can copy them if you want to, adapt them. How do you feel that that has affected the originality?
Well, there's no more secrets anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like a I mean, we could talk about this for a long time, but I'm going to try to like condense it because it's deep, it's super deep. You know, we came up in an era pre-YouTube, pre-social media, all of that, and we had to create our own styles in order to get props. This is the era when biting wasn't allowed. You know what I'm saying? So now the guidelines have
Facts.
changed. There's different blueprints, and you know it's all good. Like I'm not hating, saying this was better than that or whatever. There's just differences. You know what I'm saying? Um, and you know, in turn, for not having social media, we developed our own styles. We had originality. We had to create. I couldn't look like, say, my partner Remind because I would get dissed. So you know, we may know each other's style like perfect and be able to blend into a routine, but I'm not going to do break like him, and he's not going to break like me and do, you know, crazy stacks and do what I'm doing. Everybody in our crew was their own individual, and we related to like Voltron, you know, like arm, leg, body, head, right? So when we all formed together, nobody looked the same, but when we formed together, it's like one big monster. You know, that's why we call it the Monster Squad too. And it was definitely, for me, the golden era of originality, talking about the 90s, right? And so fast forward to 2000s and today and social media and all that, it's great. Like we can see everything, you know what I'm saying? But in turn, I think that it's made everybody super athletes, right? With the dance, like, cause they can put anything they want in slow motion. They can copy their favorite b-boy or b-girl. But it has, in my opinion, not killed, but you know, dumb down the creativity in our scene. You know what I'm saying? You kind of have like these kids that are coming up that are freaking amazing, but you can tell who they got inspired from and, you know, who they're trying to break like. You know, most of them. There's a handful that really understand, you know, the essence of creativity and are really building their own true unique self. And sometimes that takes going through the biting and going through all of that to get to that point. You know what I'm saying? But for us, it was the other way around. We started with that. We didn't try to build to that. You know what I'm saying? We were
Absolutely.
creative first and then learned the foundation. You know, kind
Right.
of backwards, but it worked out for us. You know, so
100.
it's good. It's good and bad. You know, for sure.
Right. Pros and cons to everything. Absolutely. That's a great way to put it. Now, talking about originality, you know, I feel like you created a bunch of signature moves. You know, you fathered that. Now, do you feel like you get a lot of credit for for creating these moves, or how do you feel about that? Like, you know, for pioneering certain moves.
It's weird, man. You know, just talking about yourself is just weird, man. But I think yes and no. You know what I'm saying? And it again, it's just the era that we're in, and I'm not even gonna just base it on me. Like, there's so many original, you know, b-boys that came from my era and before me that don't get the credit they deserve because the education is not really taught. You know, these days the focus isn't on that. Like, if you see these social media platforms, I'm not gonna name any names, and I'm not dissing. I'm just saying, like, the ones that have like tons of followers, they're not really showing where stuff came from, or they're only showing what happened yesterday or today or an hour ago. You know, so the only education process you're getting is who's the new kid coming up right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the lack of knowledge that we need to put in. So all of us need to do our part, which I look in the mirror first. I don't blame anybody, nothing. I see what can be fixed and who can help and do what, but it's not on them, you know, it's on us. So for me personally, I started a signature series about 2 months ago. I was just like, you know what, like I seen people doing the stuff that I've been doing for decades, and you know, I kind of like, I'll skim through comments and be like, you know, they think this person made it up or that, and I'm just like, that's interesting. So I throw it up, say footage of me doing it back in '95, you know what I'm saying? And those same people, they'll comment on mine and be like, oh, I never knew, like, you did this 20 years before that guy. Yeah.
And it's not, and you're doing it, and it's not hate. You're doing it to educate.
Just to educate, yeah.
Just to educate.
Yeah, just to let people know, and also just to document my stuff on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Just to have it up. And so every week I throw up a signature once a week on my YouTube channel.
Right.
YouTube/bboy Crumbs, and also on my IG and stuff. So if anyone who wants to check that out, I got a whole page on that, as well as tons of other videos. I'm just dumping stuff all the time. So I got a
Yeah,
pretty deep library.
and that goes back to what we were talking about earlier about the pros and cons where of social media and all that. Like that's one of the pros because coming up early, it was hard to get access to certain videos to see you dance or see somebody else dance. Even if you're going early on, how can we see Rocksteady crew, right? You don't have that, but now you could just type in a certain battle and find everything on YouTube, which is pretty cool because now we can see, oh wow, Crumbs did this in '95. Okay, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
It's accessible, so I think that's a pretty cool thing that you're doing.
Yeah.
Where
And if everybody did that, which I'm encouraging others to do, you know what I'm saying, that have really done a lot for the scene and paved the way for all these younger generations. And, if we all did that, I think that people would know what the name of the move is. They would know who created it, when it was created, you know what I'm saying? And we can give credit and bring it down to the origin and the source, you know what I'm saying? Instead
exactly.
of just like, just leap
Yeah,
blind, leap blind, right?
it's like rap too. It's like rap where you want to know you want to know who the pioneers are. You know what I'm saying? You can't just you want to know who LL Cool J is. You want to know who Cool Herc is. You want to know all African Mbata. You want to know all these things. You have to know who the forefathers are for sure. Now, let's switch gears a little bit, Crumbs, because you're a battle dancer. Let's talk about a few battles right now.
Word.
One in particular that I want to talk about occurred in the year 2002 in France.
Classic.
And for those who know, they know you versus Benji. Listen, that battle to me, legendary. I mean, the crowd was so amped, so hype,
Bananas.
bananas, bro.
Different time. Different time. They're not like that
Right.
anymore. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I hope it gets back to that, but yeah.
I listen. If for those who are checking out who haven't seen this battle or don't know about it, go to YouTube. You can check it out. You can go back to 2002 and see what I'm talking about. Incredible. But listen, give us a kind of a behind the scenes of what was happening during that battle, the atmosphere. Tell us about that. 2002 in France.
Well, I mean, the backstory on that is kind of like I think I was doing a show in France in 2001, and Benji was there. And at that time, in 2001, at this point, he was already like on fire. You know what I'm saying? Like buzzsawing through everybody, like undefeated. And yeah, so he was already dope, and we're in a I don't know how, I don't remember how, but we were in the same hotel room together, just chopping it up, and he was like, "Yo, I just want you to know, like, I think you're the best. For me, you're the best b-boy. Like, for me, to him, you know what I'm saying?" And I was
Right.
like, "Oh, wow, I'm super appreciative and everything." And then he's like, "And I want to battle you." And I'm just like,
Oh
okay,
wow.
we got a good
Okay.
compliment, and then you turn around and do that. You just ruined it, brother. Okay, but cool. But then I was thinking, like, but why don't you just call me out in the cipher? You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to like tell me, right? It was just weird. It was a little weird, but I was like, so what you want to do? And he told me like, well, I want to maybe do it here in France, and I'm gonna try to set it up and all that. And I just left it like, yo, hey, talk to your people, have them call me. If we could work it out, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? And like, I think 2 months later, got that call, and they agreed to what I wanted to do the battle and stuff, and we made it happen. And the rest is history. So it was just, and also in that battle, I used a concept, one of my original concepts that they did in France like many times after that. And I call it the second wind battles, right? So at that time, you had like battles like who could roast the most, where it's like 10 rounds in the cipher, you know what I'm saying, no rest and stuff like that, which is dope. But that's a cipher, you know what I'm saying? Like when you're on a stage, it's more of a showcase, right? So what happens in those 10-round battles, when I view it, obviously, after round 6, 7, you start to lose gas, and the battle starts to go down, right? And on a stage, you don't want that. You know what I'm saying? So my idea was like, look, if you want to have a dope ass battle with long ass rounds and it to be hyped the whole way through, second win battles, 2 sets of 4 rounds. 4 rounds hard, give us 5 minutes rest, bring us back out. Another 4 rounds, 8 rounds total, and it was just perfect. You know what I'm saying? And they used that concept for like the next 5 years without giving me any credit either. But it is
No,
what it is. So that really worked for stage battles, and it should be done more often in one-on-ones because you see that you get the best of both b-boys. You know.
no, 100%. I think that's a great concept. It's cool that you implemented it, man, because it's true when you're going hard for 10 rounds straight.
It's
Come on,
murder, man. Yeah, and
that
on
is
stage,
that
you
is
know, it's like it's not a good look. But I get it. Like that's great for the cipher. You know, I'm not dissing that at all. It's just different places. You know, stage, cipher, whatever. But
right. Somebody in the comment just said, "Get my boy his second win check."
you know, come on. Yeah, they did a lot of those too. Yeah, so the battle, yeah, the crowd, freaking amazing. You know, it kind
Amazing.
of felt like Rocky. You know what I'm saying? Because they love Benji. I'm in his hometown in France. You know, battling him, and
No, but
they're
you will
all
get
for him. They're
no,
all
no, no.
for
But
him.
you were getting mad love though. You were
Yeah, no,
getting
I was
mad
getting
love.
love too, but you could tell like they loved Benji a lot, and then by the fifth round, it just started to change. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and it
Oh
was
yeah.
like it felt like that Rocky movie. You know, when they started in Russia, you know, it was wild because they started booing him and stuff. You know, it's just like, oh, that's a little too harsh, man. But
Yo, his own peoples were booing him.
yeah, I don't know, that was a little too much, but that was a classic. A lot of people say that's still probably one of the best one-on-one battles like of all time. You know what I'm saying? I hear that a lot.
I
It's
agree.
classic.
I
You
agree,
know?
man. You
Yeah,
were
and
pulling
to
out.
battle against somebody like because for me, Benji is like super creative. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like mad original, and we were just a great clash of creativity going
Right.
head to head. You know what I'm saying? And I think that that's why he got through everybody before he battled me. You know what I'm saying? Like his
Right.
creativity was so strong. I think just my well-roundedness was better. You know what I'm saying at the time, and it showed as the rounds progressed. You know what I'm saying? And
Absolutely. You hit it right
but
on the nail.
Benji is one of the best. Straight up, that kid is
Salute.
crazy.
Salute Benji, man, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
If you hear this after, salute, brother. Now let's fast forward a little bit. 2009. Another. I'm just gonna name out some of my favorite battles.
Yeah,
That
random.
Benji
Let's go.
that one was dope. But let's fast forward to 2009. The battle versus Hong Ten.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So how do you feel about that one? In my particular opinion, I felt like you really switched up your style on this one.
Mm-hmm.
You really went on some like martial arts b-boy style for this particular battle. Was that intentional? What was the theme? What's going on with this? Talk to me about that battle.
No, that's pretty spot on. You know what I mean? Like, for me, that battle, I can't even watch that battle because I could get into this long thing, but it's just I didn't have my legs under me that best. You have good nights and you have bad nights. You know what I'm saying? And that one was just a bad night. Like from the first round, my legs felt like stone. And any b-boys know if you go down and you do like 15 rounds in the cipher, you know how your legs feel. That's how my legs felt mid-round, the first round. So I had to like disguise that and kind of hide like everything's okay and just try to do the best that I can without looking whack,
Well,
on stage.
well. Tell the people. But why is that? Were you dancing prior to that? Like what happened? Why did that happen?
Well, I mean, there's a long backstory on that too. We were supposed to battle like I think 2 months before that at World of Dance,
Okay.
and in San Francisco, and he flew out and everything. And the day we're supposed to battle, they said you guys aren't gonna battle. Hong Ten is injured or something, and he was there. I'm like, well, why did he fly out? Like, it was just weird. So we're like, all right, it didn't happen there, and I trained like really hard for that. Like I think like 2 months. I know he did too, and then after that, and no excuses. I'm just this is just real talk. You know what I'm saying?
For
Like
sure.
after that, I relaxed a little bit, and I got a call like maybe a month later for another event here in Atlanta where I live now, Evolution, and they wanted to take the battle to take it to Atlanta, and so I started picking it up back then, and you know, I did something like really dumb. I tried to like go vegan like a week and a half before the battle, thinking that without doing my proper research, thinking that I would be lighter and
Wow.
faster. But what it did was the
Right.
complete opposite. It made me heavier and weaker. You know what I'm saying? So that's the last time I did that. You know what I'm saying? But it's still a good battle. I don't think like I got smoked or anything. I think if you look at it content for content, like I came out with a lot of different styles and different looks, and but he definitely had better energy, hands down. You know, but not one of my favorite battles.
I wanted to get your opinion on it.
Yes, sir.
I
No,
wanted to
it's
get your
real.
opinion on it, man. For sure,
Yeah,
for
Hong
sure.
Ten, another great man, and a lot of people, talking about origins. I mean, all that stuff on the back of the head, the invert, the stuff that Hong Ten's known for, that comes from me. You know what I'm saying? Like that whole style. He flipped it, but the origins, he got it from me. So that's why I like battling. That's another reason why I wanted to battle him, just to another test of skills. You know what I'm saying? Because I do
Yes.
appreciate how he flipped it, and I
Yes.
wanted to test the source against the new breed. You know.
Yeah. And it looks like at the end of the battle, he showed you love. He
Oh, of
definitely showed you a
course,
lot of
yeah.
love.
It's all love. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. So let's switch gears a little bit. Another battle. And I want you to kind of educate some people. You were saying it earlier, but let's talk about the Cypher battle versus Iron Monkey. And kind of tell before you dive in, kind of tell people about the differences between these battles on the stage versus the Cypher battles, because most people might not have ever been to a breakdancing event. They don't know what happens behind the scenes. So go ahead and tell them about this.
Yeah, well, like you said, man, I mean, like, for me, I'm a battle cat. Like, this is what my roots are, my origin. I did all the Hollywood stuff and the theater and all of that, but throughout that whole process, throughout anything I was doing, I was always battling. I never left battling. And in battling, there's a lot of different types of battles. You got like you said, your stage setup battles, hence the
Right.
Benji battle, right? You have your cipher battles, like the Iron Monkey battle. You have your competition battles, like the freestyle session or battle of the year. You have your crew battles, your one-on-ones. Like it's really deep, and I tried to do it all. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't want to like be pigeonholed to just I'm just like a cipher b-boy. You know what I'm saying? No, I wanted it to be well-rounded in every aspect of the game, just to be the best that I can be in any situation, so nothing surprises me. So that battle in particular. Um, in Iron Monkey, this was like, that was 99, so we're talking 20 something years ago. You know what I mean? And we all change. We're different people. We grow, we evolve. But at the time, Iron Monkey used to like to talk a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? And rightfully so, because the kid was fucking dope. But
At that time, he was
yeah,
he
at
was
that time,
popping.
it was dangerous. But he said something to the graffiti artist on my crew, Gons, and he just said, he told my boy Gons, he was like, yo, I'm about to smoke every single member in Style Elements starting with Crumbs. And Gons, he came back and told me that, and he said he just looked at him like, are you serious? He was like, yep. Like, all right. And then that was the first place I saw him at. So there you go.
Let's go. Let's go. Listen,
But that's my brother, man. Like, you know, I love the
word.
dude, but that's really why it happened. You know.
I'm just gonna say this because this is just me. I don't know Iron Monkey personally, but when I was coming up, Iron Monkey was a name. He was dope. People knew Iron Monkey. This battle though, with you and him, man, you gave him the work, bro. But like, I'm sorry, man. Iron Monkey, salute to you. You are a legend, but Crumbs, you roasted him, bro. In my opinion, this is me speaking.
Yeah.
So
Well, I
You know what I
mean,
mean?
that was I had to back up. You know, like for somebody to say something like that, like they're gonna start with me, like I'm the first one to go. Like, okay, let's see. You know,
No,
let's
for
put it on the
sure.
line, and you gotta rep.
No, for sure, man. Now, let's talk about a recent battle because I just want to know, like, bro, you won this championship over 40.
Yeah, 40 now.
Yeah, 40 and up, bro. The freestyle session. Why did you want to battle again? Why did you want to enter a battle?
It's just been a while, man. The pandemic and stuff. Like I told you, I'm a battle cat. Like I live off this stuff, man. And people tell me like, "Yo, why, like that? Like you don't have nothing more to prove." And
right.
no, I don't. But this is how I breathe. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like tests. Like I always want to test myself and you know just put it out, put it on the line, man. Win, lose or draw, and you know the freestyle session event is like my favorite. You know, that's why I jumped in that one the most out of my whole career. You know what I mean? That was my sixth freestyle session title. It's like the most in history, you know, that's like a great accomplishment for me because anybody that knows that's won one knows how hard it is to win one, you know? Um, and yeah, it was just time to jump back in there, man. It's like 2 years of not traveling, not battling, not really training hard, not being like motivated. When I heard that like a month before the event is when Cross started to promote the 40 and up battle, and I was like, oh, all right. And then I just started training like that night. I was like, yeah, let's get it, you know. And I'm gonna come back and do it again this next
Really?
year. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, nice, dude.
Yeah, man. Okay,
No, I
you
was
gotta
like,
go.
I was a little shocked, man. But I'm happy you're still, killing it, and it was dope to see it, man. You won it, and you still got it, bro.
Yeah, it wasn't the best performance, but you know what I'm saying? It's a start getting back in there, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
it'll get better. This year will be better.
yeah, for sure, man. Dope, dope. Congratulations on that, man.
Thank
That
you.
was last year, right? That was 2021,
Yep,
right?
yep, November
Yeah,
2021.
yeah, for sure. Shout out Cross, by the way.
Yeah, man.
So switching gears real quick because we don't have too much time, man. On the low there, you keep it short, sweet, and concise. But let's talk about the entertainment route. So you went a little Hollywood,
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, which is cool. But tell me,
of course.
2000, what was it, 2004, right? You got served.
That's when it came out. We filmed it
Okay,
like 2003, early 2003.
how did you get that call? Tell me, how was it working with the fellas of B2K at that time? And how did they talk about the final dance scene? Because that was an amazing dance scene.
Real quick before we jump into that, I'm gonna answer that. But like I said about being well-rounded as far as like doing all the different battle style, different types of battles from stage cipher, the theater shows, working in the entertainment industry. That was just another route in order to do what I love to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like make money doing what I love to do so I can train. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like all of this training costs money. You know what I'm saying? Like and competitions back in our days were like, you know, Battle of the Year '97, we won $1,000 to split between 7 people. You know what I'm saying? And that was like the biggest crew battle that you could do. So fast forward to now, these kids have it really nice, which I love. You know what I'm saying? And I hope it just gets better and more money. But we didn't have that kind of stuff to work with. Just to train, it costs way more than $1,000 per person a month to get our bodies ready from massages to eating organic to you name it. It costs a lot of money. So the industry was where it was at to make some real money, make some real dough, doing those commercials, doing those movies, doing those music videos. We were choreographing all of that stuff. So I jumped into Hollywood fucking head first. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what supported me to be able to go do these battles freely and do what I really love to do. You know what I'm saying? But
So
back
so
to your
so
question.
no, yeah. Let's segue. So before you got served, so what was that? Probably wasn't the first thing. What was the
Oh no,
first
no,
kind of
yes,
big Hollywood thing?
Yeah, my first Hollywood job was with Christina Aguilera, the "Come On Over" video in 1999, and we choreographed it, the whole b-boy scene, me, Wicked, Flowmaster, and Remind. And so my
Nice.
first job was for the biggest pop star, and we were choreographers on it. You know what I'm saying? So that shows you like already we were at the top, you know, at the time. And that's in the era. This could go a long time, but I'm gonna make it short too. That's in an era where the rappers didn't want to put us in the videos anymore. It was the bling era, like money, girls in
Yep.
bikinis,
Yep.
cars, all that jewelry. They weren't showing no b-boys, but the pop artists, they were like, come on over here, make us look better. You know what I mean? And that's exactly what happened. You had your Christina Aguilera's, Justin Timberlake's, but Black Eyed Peas always, they never steered away. That's one hip hop group that always had dancing from the time they started till now. So I give them a lot of credit too. So yeah, I was already in '99 to before 2003. You Got Served. We were already like heavy, deep, doing a lot of stuff.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's crazy. Christina Ag, huh?
yeah, yeah, man. We did a lot of work with her, man. She blessed us a lot, man. Touring with her and just being able to work on different projects, and yeah, she's amazing.
Crazy, incredible. So then You Got Served comes around.
Mm. Yeah.
Big at the time, like people were kind of hating on that movie, but when you really look back, it was probably one of the biggest dance movies of that time. For us, we had like if early on like Beat Street and all these, breaking, but like of that year, like You Got Served was like looking back, you're like, yo, that's probably one of the biggest dance movies of that time, bro.
Of of all time, whether you like it or not. I'm not even like a fan of the acting or anything, but one thing you can't deny is that movie changed everything. It changed everything, and like till this day, I
How
get
so though? How
like
so?
in,
Tell me.
in a lot of ways, man. Like just in the entertainment industry in LA, when we were there, there was only like 10 of us tops. After You Got Served came out, like I mean in the agencies, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like when You Got Served came out and it just went number one, you had people flying in from all over the world, all moving to LA. It went from 10 b-boys to 100 b-boys in each agency, like overnight. That alone, you know what I'm saying? It just changed the game. So in other aspects, You Got Served had elements in the movie that hadn't been shown before within dance, and a lot of people don't realize this, but the choreographers on that movie, they were studying Freestyle Session 2002, which we won. They were studying that hard, and this is when we brought like 8 to 10 man crew routines in battles, which wasn't being done either. You know what I'm saying? So they took this concept and they put it in the movie, but with choreography dancers. You never seen choreography dancers battle and like do 8 to 10 man routines against another crew. Like that didn't happen, but they put it in You Got Served from the influence from Freestyle Session 2002, and a lot of
Wow.
other influence too. Like they took a lot of stuff from us, like B2K when they do the mannequin. You know what I mean? Like that's me and Flowmaster's routine, but he just couldn't do the flip, so they put like a smile on his face. But even like yeah, there's a lot I
So
could
so
say, but
so no, for sure. And I want you to keep telling us these behind the scenes stories. So, but in particular, that last battle scene, who choreographed it? You and Flowmaster? Who was it? Was
uh,
Flowmaster a part of it or no?
yeah, but we weren't in the same scenes. He was in
Okay.
another scene earlier. He wasn't in the final battle.
Okay.
And I wasn't in the earlier scenes. I just pop up in the final battle out of nowhere like a ghost, and they show me the most. It just
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
make
yeah.
any sense. You know,
Yeah.
like everybody's stuff is like cut like a music video, like 2 second, 3 second, but mine is like the entirety, like 30-second clips, and which is cool. But it's for the storyline, like for me to just come out of nowhere and I get like a lot of shine like that is it's just weird. So there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that
Like
were
who?
that was
Like all
shady
of a
with that.
sudden you're watching the movie, and you're like, who's this guy?
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah. It's
you
weird.
killed it, but good.
Yeah. So yeah, that whole battle scene, all the dance stuff in there really changed and evolutionized the game for all these other dance movies to come. The Step Ups, all of them. It brought in a lot of new formats and created a lot of new dancers from all around the world. I get people coming up to me today, like more than like a lot actually. You know, young adults saying like, "Yo, You Got Served is the reason I started dancing." Like I would watch that movie like 10, 20 times, and that's how I got started dancing. And I get that a lot, so that lets me know like the impact and globally, you know what I mean? So whether we like the movie or not, it
Now,
changed a lot.
no, for sure. But let's jog your memory a little bit back though. Like when it first came out, were you getting a little bit of hate from the true b-boys when that movie came out, or was it
No,
all love?
it was all love.
That's
Because I
dope.
think I think that everybody knew that the b boys in there were real battle cats. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like, what can you say? You got Wicked, you
right.
got me, you got Flowmaster, you got Do Not. I mean, what
Shout out.
what are you gonna say? You know?
Right. No, for sure. Shout out Do Knock, man.
Yes, sir.
Shout out Afi and Crockett in here. I see you, man.
What's
Salute.
up, Afion? Yeah,
So
good time.
so let's talk about what you were saying earlier too. You have this great relationship with Black Eyed Peas. How did that whole thing come about?
When I first moved to LA, at the clubs, just dancing at the clubs, like people don't realize like these are cipher cats. Like if you go look back at their early videos from Bridging the Gap and everything, go look at their dance styles. They're nasty. Like and
Hmm.
my boy Apple Diab, he's still on his b-boy shit. Like I
Word.
coach him on stuff too, and he's still on it. They're all dancers with unique styles, all of them. Taboo, will.i.am. will.i.am is super funky, man. He's a
Really?
nasty dancer. His tops is like James Brown, dude.
Word.
Yeah, and Taboo got his kung fu style, real swift, and he got his groundwork. But Apple is like the b-boy of the bunch. So you put all those elements together, and they rap, you know what I'm saying, and they put on a hell of a show. So we they saw me in the ciphers, and their manager Polo, which is one of my great friends too, he hit me up one day and he was saying, "Hey, would you and Ramon want to come on stage with Black Eyed Peas for one of their shows?" And this was in LA, like '98, something like that. We are like, "Yeah, of course." We came on. They had a section, freestyle section, where they just dance, live drum, live band, everything. They always had a live band. And we went up there, and I think it was House of Blues in LA, and fucking just tore the house down. And ever since then, we danced with them like everywhere, everywhere. And I kept touring with them. Remind stopped around 2000, but I kept touring with them all the way up to like 2005, six, somewhere around there. Yeah, so long, long history with them. And when they brought Fergie on and blew up like crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's when
Right.
the arenas came in, and we're opening up for Justin Timberlake and Christina Aguilera, and that was the Justified tour. And I actually choreographed Justin Timberlake's breaking part in his on his part. So it was like we're opening up. I choreographed Justin's part. Like it was just a crazy time, 2003, and but I always loved what Black Eyed Peas did for me because when you dance for an artist, it's usually they have a bunch of dancers and you just do choreography and stuff like that. They're like, nah, we're gonna sit down and watch you, and they're gonna play a beat for you, and you just rock live however long you want. So every night I had the stage to myself mid set and just blow up that whole arena. Boom, boom,
That's
boom.
so
They
dope,
give me
man.
the love, b-boy Crumbs style elements, and then they get right back into their show. So they really use me as a specialist, rather than dancing behind them to make them look good. Make sense? Like, because that's usually what
Absolutely.
it is for artists. It's like the dancers are the ornaments to the Christmas tree to make it look
Right,
pretty.
right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? But they're like, nah, fuck that. We're gonna back up. You come on
Right.
out, have your time, and then we'll come back out. And that's the way to do it with specialists. That's how you're gonna get a better show, in my opinion.
No,
Doesn't happen
100%.
often.
No, it does not. It does not. That's super dope that they had you as the focus because you're right. It's like let's bring a whole crew and kind of this the diversion, of all these people, but they were like, yo, the focus right now is Crumbs.
Yeah, it's
Um,
love, man.
that was crazy. Salute to Black Eyed Peas.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
we don't got much time, man, but I definitely want you to plug the academy that you're doing. And also let's talk about the anniversary that's coming up for Style
Yes, yes,
Elements.
yes. Okay, so first, the anniversary, Style Elements. It's our 28th anniversary. It's in Los Angeles. It's the June 25th through 27th, or 28th, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And we have the last one standing competition that we do every year. If you're not familiar with that style of battle, go on at Style Elements Crew Instagram, and we have a breakdown with guidelines on how it works. We have a celebrity, which is like kind of like an all styles competition, also a youth competition. So, and mainly just ciphers and vibes and good music, and that's most importantly what it's all about, and just celebrating 28 years of style. So that's going down in LA. And for my classes, I've been doing these classes here in Atlanta where I live now. Just started in September, but I've been teaching for decades all around the world. But I kind of like said, okay, I need to just instead of just teaching in different states and all that, I really need to build in one area. you know. And so I started the Crumbs Breaking Academy and slowly building up students around this area. And the scene here isn't like huge, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to help build it, like get the younger generation involved and all that. And it's going great, man. But I'm also I'm also gonna be putting lessons online through courses. You know what I mean? Which I'm working on right now as well. Like I have so much material.
Like pre-recorded.
Yeah, pre-recorded, step by
Uh-huh.
step, breaking down everything, like original moves, styles, flows, concepts, like just like what I teach in my class, but online and stuff. And then,
Perfect.
lastly, I'm doing another course called Crumbs Fit. It's a workout that I've created like that encompasses everything all in one, like a HIIT program, high intensity interval training, right? But I
Hmm.
just mixed it up in my own way. I had some breaking in there, a little bit of weights, really super creative, and it's for like straight athletes, you know what I mean? Like creative athletes. And I'm gonna be
Yo,
dropping that in August. So if anybody is interested in that, www.bboycrumbs.com. Just check up on that. In July, I'll have more info on that. In August, it should be dropped. And if you want to see what it looks like, you can go on my Instagram, and I have clips of me doing some of the stuff that I'll be teaching on there as well.
you
So
need
I
it.
got a lot going on that I'm trying to do, man. I'm trying to stay busy.
I
Keep.
love it, man. No, you need to. You need to, man. People need to be. This is the reason why I have you on because if people are not aware of you, they need to be aware of what you're doing. Continue doing it. I think you should put together. I think you should put together an app for the
Yeah,
for those things, man. Because I
yeah,
think
yeah.
that'll be
That's
great.
definitely a thought. I've thought how to do it in many different ways. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know how to create an app. You know what I'm saying? So I would have to
Oh
get
yeah, yeah. There's
somebody
always somebody out there
to do
though,
all
man.
that. Yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
But
Create the
no, that's a good
blueprint.
idea.
Somebody would do it. Somebody would do it. Listen, Crumbs, man, it was an absolute pleasure chopping it up with you. Man, I'm getting all these messages. I'm excited for what the future holds.
Me too, brother.
Um, the history that you have is extensive. Like I told you earlier, I watched you when I was like a teenager, bro. So you're a beast, man. You're a
Yeah,
beast, and people should know, like you said, not just you, but other pioneers in the b-boy scene who've laid down the foundation to what we have now. They should be well aware of that. And
yeah.
it's all about education, like you said. People are not going to know without information, and hopefully they listen to this podcast and see this on YouTube or whatever, and gain the information and know what's up.
Yeah, it circulates, man. We just got to do our part. We all doing good stuff, and we just got to support each other, man, and keep this thing rolling. You know what I'm saying?
A
But
hundred
appreciate
percent.
you having me on, man. Like I told you, anything I could do to help for further episodes or whatever, just hit me up.
Word, Crumbs. Appreciate you, brother. Be good, all right?
All right, man. Salute.
All
One
right,
love.
peace, peace, bro.